Greetings from Cybertron. This is SoundJack here with SoundJack's Top 10 of 2017 plus updates. Before we get into talking about my top 10 favorite Transformers that I've purchased within 2017, I do need to go over a few brief updates because things have happened, and it's also the new year, so this is also a very good time to do that. I mentioned in a couple of videos, namely my Dread Ring wrap and my Last Night Megatron video, that there was a week that I was really off my game and really not posting anything for about a week or so, and there was just a weird period of time, and that I would explain it in the following week in an update video, which never materialized, and the week passed, and now we're in a new year, so I'm going to explain it here. What had happened was, I had heard that a friend and a mentor of mine had passed away, and I had to go back home to Pennsylvania for the funeral, so that was like a 4-hour drive away. All of my equipment was still here, so I wasn't able to post anything, and honestly, I wasn't really in a state of mind to post anything for that week, so that is that reason. And then any delayed in postings that had happened afterwards was all purely because Christmas shopping season, I'm working retail. Hope you can forgive me for both of those. I will hope none of that gets in the way in the future. On top of that, actually, because of that whole week that I was off, effectively off, I've been behind in posting updates to Instagram. So a lot of the past bunch of reviews, I haven't posted anything on my Instagram of my photo sets that I normally do. So I'm gonna get them up very soon. I'm gonna keep up on top of that, and that's going to be my resolution for 2018 for this channel, for the most part. Keep up with updating my other social medias, and transitioning from that point into my next point. The update video that never materialized was going to be updating you all about my new social media accounts, because I'm going to be creating a couple new social media accounts. They're in the works still. They have not been finalized yet, but I'm going to have a Facebook. I'm going to have a Discord for people to hang out on. Well, you can get to my Tumblr now. I post my updates to Tumblr as well, but I kind of stopped using Tumblr a bit because I moved to Twitter, and I like Twitter a lot more. And as well, I'm finally going to get my Patreon page up and running that I've mentioned in every single video that I've done so far. It's finally going to happen, but I'm going to also take this time to say that while I'm going to have a Patreon account, that never means that you have to donate to support my channel. Liking, commenting, all that generic YouTuber-y stuff is completely fine, but if you do want to support me more, that will be greatly appreciated. Just send me a couple bucks to keep some expenses down, hopefully. But that will hopefully be coming out, all of that social media will hopefully be coming out soon. But also on top of that, I have more work that I'm going to be doing because I am now partnered, also, I guess partnered would be the right word in this case. I'm partnered with the YouTube channel Nerdy Geek Talk, most specifically with the Steel City Bots podcast, featuring the likes of Eric Cronover, Gaia Prime, Proco Jared, I believe that's how his Twitter handle is, and Optanimus Prime, as well as Miguel or Logos Minor, who's their new host. They recently wanted some new hosts. I asked if, hey, can I be a new host? And they were like, yeah, you can be a new host, but they do, the Logos Minor, or Miguel, is their main new host. I'm sometimes host on their podcast, but they have also recruited me to do some reviews for their YouTube channel as well. They're going to be very different reviews from what I do on my channel. All the reviews I would do on my channel are still going to happen on my channel. I'm just going to have more and different kinds of reviews on their channel, and they're honestly going to be able to go back and forth between what you would prefer, or if you want to see different things from me. So that is going to be a thing that will be coming soonish. So keep an eye out for that. I'm actually on 2 things on their channel right now. well, two things related to them. One, there was a New Year's Eve live stream that happened that is not actually on the Steel City Bots page, but on Gaia Prime's personal YouTube account, as well as the first podcast of theirs for the Steel City Bots podcast that has just gone live today as of recording this, or this will be posted today. So, but yeah, it's gone today. Those links will be in the description down below if you want to see more of me. And last thing before we actually get into the top 10, videos for this week, just so as you know what to expect. There will be SoundJack's Rambles coming out tomorrow. That will be talking about Voltron Season 4. As well as reviews of the 3 Legends Wave 3 of not Power of the Primes, the Titans Return Legends Wave 3. So those will be reviewed this week. Following weeks are going to be I have a few things to review still, but I'll figure that out when we get to next week. But that's all for the updates. So now let's get into my top 10 Transformers of 2017. So number 10 we have is Robots in Disguise Warrior Class Soundwave. I haven't got a chance to review this guy, but he's a nice little Soundwave. He's quite accurate to how he appeared in the Robots in Disguise cartoon. He's a Soundwave, so obviously bonus brownie points for me. And while I haven't really gotten into collecting the Robots in Disguise toys, especially the Warrior Class, even though there's a couple of characters I like. Soundwave, I got Soundwave and I played around with him a little bit. I'm like, oh yeah, this is quite fun. This is like, it's simple. There's obviously issues with severe arms sticking out of the sides of the vehicle, but it's simple and it's fun, and like I can just sit here going back and forth and transforming. It's simple, nice, and it's a Soundwave, so yeah, I quite enjoy him. So next we have the Last Night Voyager Class Megatron, and specifically why I picked this is because well, Last Night the movie is obviously the pile of hot garbage, as most of the movies are, or if not all. The new molds toys of this toy line have been really nice. They have all been really nice. It's possible Nitro's Zeus could have had this part if I didn't have an issue with mine with the one side just not having it currently, because like he's a very nice looking toy and is a very good character. But also this Voyager Megatron is really nice. It's really nice. I mean, I do have a problem with mine with the flop there, but that's a minor thing comparatively, and it looks so good. Like, I wish this is more of the kind of design we got from Megatron in the first movie, as opposed to waiting until the 5th movie to get this design, because it has enough of the original Megatron to be like, oh, hey, that's the original Megatron, but enough to differentiate it to be like, oh, yeah, that's a movie design. I mean, like, the skirt panels probably gave it too much of the Last Night vibe, so it probably wouldn't have been that. But, like, but the fusion cannon, the head, the jet mode even, all of that's really nice, and I do wish that would have been the first design, but I'm happy we got this, and I'm happy I've got this toy. So 8 on the list is Beast Wars Quick Strike. He was one of the figures I picked up from TFCon this year. I actually haven't gotten to review him. I've actually doing this, I've realized there's a week of videos that I have available to me to review that I haven't gotten to yet from things I picked up from DFCon, and they're all Beast Wars stuff. But Quick Strike is probably my favorite of those. He's just a small figure. He's a very different figure purely because he's a very, very exotic alternate mode of a Scobraborpian, a Cobra Scorpion, I should say, and I do like the Beast Wars designs because they are different forms than we typically see. So, and there's more interesting transformations and more interesting robot mode designs we can get out of Beast Wars characters that we can't get out of regular trucks and cars and planes and all that. And this is a very nice representation of what that's all about. And this is like basically one of the smallest size classes, the Scout, basically a Scout. And he's so articulated. He looks so good. Not in a, all of the translucent plastic, I'm not sure it was completely necessary, but it still works very, very well. And again, like, he's just so cool. He's just so different. He's so neat, and that's why he's number 8 on my list. 7 on the list is a Titan's Return Perceptor. Perceptor was always a character I found really cool, and I do like this modern update of Perceptor. It is very G1, and that's the thing with the Titan's Return a lot, is that it's like basically G1 with articulation, but they also do throw in a few flavors of the IDW stuff, specifically with the shoulders and his sniper rifle. But again, he still keeps enough traits from his G1 self to be basically G1 and have that microscope and that science tank mode, and be a little different enough to be like, oh yeah, this is definitely worth the pickup. And he's just cool, and he's a cool character, and I like him. I like him. He's number 7. Number 6 on my list is the Titan's Return RC. Okay, so I never had a Generations RC. I missed the Generations RC back from 2013, that was, right? Yeah, 2013. And I wanted to get an RC in my collection, and I got this one after they announced it at the convention, and then I got it off Hasbro Toy Shop, and I got it. And it was like, it was a really cool way to get it. I was so happy to get it, and I was to be able to review it for my channel, because this was such a different kind of review, and it was so fun to get and do. And as well, it's RC, and I actually do prefer this kind of more of a body design. I know it's a heavy root tool of blur, and it's not like perfect, and like you got like the extra things on the legs, but proportionally I do like this more for an RC rather than the very, very skinny kind of thing that this is just better proportioned in my opinion. And like, I still love the original RC design, don't get me wrong, but in terms of a toy, I think something like this is much more suitable for a toy to be an effective toy. And again, I've never touched the Generation RC, so I don't know how that is, but I know there's a lot of backpack going on with her, where and then it's just the robot of the legs and whatnot, and the arms. But very good representation. Very nice that we got a Headmaster RC as well. And yeah, she deserves to be on this list, I think. And here we have Slash ranking in at number 5, and from Power of the Primes, and I love her because, for simple reasons, she's a Dinobot that fits, she's a new Dinobot that fits well with the original Generation 1 Dinobot group, and she's also she. Gives some gender diversity to some of these subgroups, people. But really, like, this Velociraptor mode is, her Velociraptor mode is great. The robot mode's really kicking. These arms are still a little annoying, but it's fine. It's completely fine. But she fits in so well with the Dinobots. It's like she was designed to be there from the beginning, pretty much. And she's so tiny and so cool, and it's such a neat Velociraptor or Utahraptor or whatever the proper term for it is nowadays. But number 5 definitely goes to Slash. We're getting to the top half of the list, and we are at Trigger Happy. Trigger Happy, I think, has got to been one of the best Titan's Return figures we got out of this line. Definitely the best deluxe figure out of this line. You probably heard me gushing about it if you checked out my review of Trigger Happy. But he just so nice to see this character come out, and we got these crazy guns going on the side, the different aesthetics that we get, as opposed to different jet formers and whatnot, and also the transformation of how like this, this just rotates around and completes the cockpit. That's just so nice. Like, give me more interesting transformation schemes. I had the same feeling, like, I had that same, like, give me more interesting transformation schemes at the start of the Combiner Wars storyline, where we had, like, Alpha Bravo and the aerial bots having that new leg transformation, and then we got so many molds of those molds that it just became old hat by the time the line was over. I'm like, oh, it's just that transformation again. But this was so nice. This is so nice. His jet mode is also so sleek and so cool. It's like it just came out of Star Wars or something, and I'm like, yes, wonderful. Wonderful deluxe. This is, yeah, number 4 definitely goes to Trigger Happy. Space chugging his way in is a Generation 1 Astro Train. I have not had a lot of Generation 1 figures in my collection. Before this year, it was only the Generation 1 Jump Starters as well as the reissued Seacons. But when I did get them from a local comic shop, when there was like a whole bunch of stuff, and like I got him, I was just like, oh hey, it's Astro Train, let's pick him up. He was like, I had seen a post about like, hey, we just got all these Generation 1 Transformers, and I didn't see him initially, and then I got there and I was looking through stuff to see what was there and whatnot, and I picked him up, and I saw him, I picked him up, I found all the complete parts. I was like, oh yeah, I'll get him, it's $20, so I'll get him. And then I got him, I'm like, this is what G1 represents to me in my head. I was born well after Generation 1 ended, and this is always what I've imagined it to be. Quirky, dorky, alternate modes with very strange robot modes with heavy metal plastic, and it's just so fun. It's just, this is the toy that I imagine all Generation 1 Transformers to be. I know that's not the case, but this like captured like some very strange nostalgia for something I've never had or experienced, that in a similar way that the original 86 movie does for me, that he definitely makes the number 3 spot of my top 10 list. Number 2 on this list is Titan's Return Trypticon. I don't think I need to say anymore. Just go watch the last like 5 minutes of my Trypticon review that I posted like 2 days ago, and you'll know I just love Trypticon. He's so wonderful. He's so big, he's so bulky, he's a giant space dinosaur, and he's got amazing leg pose ability to get him some wonderfully cool poses that like Fortress Maximus was never close to be able to living up to. Like, I like Fortress Maximus, like, oh, this is very good for what it is and for the price point, but Trypticon shows that they could have done more with that, and that this is what Titan's Return, this is what Titan class figures should be like. Trypticon is just wonderful. If I didn't get my number 1, this definitely would have been number 1. But I got something else that makes it that overshadows Trypticon to me. But before we get into that, there's going to be a few quick honorable mentions, as well as 2 dishonorable mentions. I'm not going to explain them because this video is long enough already, and I haven't talked about all of them in videos. But you should probably figure out why I like them or dislike them, especially the ones that I've reviewed. You'll know why. But yeah, so for the honorable mentions and the dishonorable mentions. And then finally, my number 1 figure of this year is Cybertron Primus, another pickup from TFCon. I didn't even expect to find him at TFCon. I did, and I even was like, I'm going to see if someone else is going to pick him up, and because he was expensive, but like that was a very reasonable price for what I got him for, because it's Primus. He just got released this year, re-released this year, and he's $150. He was $50 12 years ago. Now, it's now 12 years since Cybertron. Wow. Anyway, he's not, in terms of a toy, he's not better than Trypticon, but Cybertron was where I got started, and there's so much nostalgia and fan favoritism that I have for Cybertron, that getting Primus this year at TFCon, my first TF convention, and having such a wonderful time, and doing this on YouTube, and just getting started with YouTube, and getting into the community, and all the things that happened in 2017, this is, in fact, my favorite figure of 2017. So, thank you all for watching my videos, for supporting my channel. We're almost at 100 subscribers. There's going to be something special when we get to 100 subscribers, but we're almost at 100 subscribers. We can do it. I know we can. And again, thank you all for your wonderful, wonderful support so far, and I hope 2018 is going to be an even better year for this channel and for all of us. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please like and share this video and subscribe to the channel. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at SoundJack426. Also, please consider donating on my Patreon page to help support the channel. All of the links will be in the description below. Thanks for tuning in. This is SoundJack signing off.